Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. Robert Morris versus Delaware preview. Considering Delaware's strong performance last season and Robert Morris's ongoing road struggles, Delaware's 5-point spread is appealing for the home team. The Colonials had a tough time away from home in 2023-24, posting a 3-13 road record and struggling on the defensive end, allowing an average of 75.8 points per game, which ranked them only 288th in the NCAA. Last season, Robert Morris went 8-8 against the spread on the road and 6-7 as road underdogs, which adds to the uncertainty about their ability to cover here. Pick Delaware minus 5 points. With Robert Morris's defensive weaknesses, their games tend to be high-scoring. In 2023-24, the Colonials hit the over in 17 of their 30 games, including a 10-6 record on the road and 6-3 in non-conference matchups. Delaware, on the other hand, finished last season with the 189th best offense in college basketball, averaging 73.2 points per game. They comfortably beat the over by more than 16 points in their season opener, and although they were 13-16-1 on the over last year, their games only missed the total by an average of 0.4 points. Pick over 148 points. Stony Brook versus Central Michigan preview. Central Michigan's defensive strengths, especially in rebounding and forcing turnovers, give them the ability to control the game's tempo and limit their opponents' scoring opportunities. With offensive leader Pritchard setting the tone, the Chippewas disrupt their opponent's flow, which should allow them to maintain a solid lead over the Seawolves. Prediction: Central Michigan minus 3.5 points. The Chippewas play at a slower pace, ranking around number 234 nationally in tempo, which reduces the number of possessions and naturally keeps scores lower. Their struggles at the free throw line also limit their ability to secure easy points, leaning the game toward a lower scoring outcome. Stony Brook's offense, meanwhile, lacks a major scoring threat, and with many new players adjusting to the system, they're still finding their rhythm. Prediction: under 139.5 points. NCAA versus Wake Forest preview. This matchup between North Carolina A&T and Wake Forest is likely to be a slower-paced game, with fewer extra possessions as time goes on. Wake Forest showed strength in the first half against Coppin State, but struggled in the latter half, which could allow the Aggies to keep things closer than expected. North Carolina A&T might not come away with a win, but they have some key players, including Landon Glasper, last season's top scorer in the CAA, who averaged over 20 points per game. With Glasper's scoring ability, North Carolina A&T has the potential to hang in there with a Power 5 opponent like Wake Forest. Prediction: North Carolina A&T plus 23.5 points. Looking at the pace of play, NCAA ranks 149th, while Wake Forest is slightly faster at 129th, according to KenPom. Scoring efficiency will be key if the total points are to go over, but with Wake Forest's defense stifling Coppin State, it's unlikely the Aggies will find an offensive rhythm here. Expect a lower scoring game as Wake Forest's defense holds strong. Prediction: under 149.5 points. Southern Miss versus UAB preview. Southern Miss enters this game with a well-rounded offense, showcasing balanced scoring across positions in their first game. The addition of Christian Watson gives the Golden Eagles size and versatility on the wing, adding a dimension they've lacked in past seasons. UAB, on the other hand, struggled offensively in their opener, failing to make a single three-pointer and depending heavily on points in the paint and rebounding dominance. Although UAB boasts the standout player in Yaxel Lendeborg, their lack of outside shooting could be a disadvantage here. Southern Miss has several scoring options and should be able to hold their own on the boards, keeping this matchup competitive. Prediction: Southern Miss plus 14.5 points. Southern Miss plays at a quicker pace, especially with Andre Curbelo controlling the tempo, but they may face challenges inside with Lendeborg defending the paint. UAB's reliance on offensive rebounding will be tested as Southern Miss focuses on boxing out and limiting second-chance opportunities. Given UAB's shooting struggles in their season opener and lack of consistent three-point threats, this game is likely to be lower scoring. Prediction: under 150.5 points. Detroit Mercy versus Loyola Chicago preview. These two teams share a history from their days in the Horizon Conference, last clashing in 2013 when Detroit edged out a one-point win. Now Loyola is favored at home by a large margin, despite a shaky start in their opener where they failed to cover as minus 21.5 favorites. Meanwhile, Detroit came out strong in their opener, using their full roster and allowing their starters some rest. Detroit's confidence and willingness to shoot could keep this matchup closer than expected, especially given Loyola's less-than-stellar debut performance. Detroit has won the last 10 meetings between these two teams, 10-0 SU, 7-3 ATS, and although Loyola's program has grown, they may be in for a close game here. Prediction: Detroit Mercy plus 20 points. Both teams put up solid offensive numbers in their openers, with a combined score of 170 points. While Loyola's game hit the over, Detroit's game wasn't listed on the board. Detroit's pace has been slower this season, ranking 319th on the KenPom tempo charts, while Loyola has maintained a faster pace, currently ranked 115th after their opener. In their first games, Detroit saw 9 players score at least 7 points, showing their depth, while Loyola had 5 players with 9 points or more. With both teams likely scoring in the 70s, this matchup is set to be close and competitive, with a high-scoring outcome in sight. The over has hit in 6 of the last 8 meetings between these former conference rivals. Prediction: over 144.5 points. Wisconsin-Milwaukee versus Northern Iowa preview. This Thursday night matchup should be an exciting clash between two teams eyeing top finishes in their respective conferences. A few key factors suggest an advantage for Northern Iowa to cover the spread. For one, the Panthers are playing at home, coming off an impressive 96-54 win over Dubuque. The team's core is intact from last year, with their top 3 scorers returning, showing strong early season chemistry. Northern Iowa also ranks significantly higher in KenPom ratings from last season, sitting at 111th in adjusted efficiency margin, plus 5.52, compared to Milwaukee's 222nd, minus 4.60. With home court advantage, solid team chemistry, and a stronger overall rating, Northern Iowa looks well-positioned to cover. Prediction: Northern Iowa minus 5 points. One more reason to back Northern Iowa, as well as the over, lies in Milwaukee's defensive struggles last season. The Panthers ranked a low 313th in defensive efficiency, allowing 112.6 points per 100 possessions, which places them in the bottom tier among 362 Division I teams. Additionally, Milwaukee plays at a brisk tempo under coach Bart Lundy, averaging 70.2 possessions per 40 minutes, ranking 52nd in the nation. Milwaukee scored a whopping 118 points in their opener, while Northern Iowa put up 96. Although both teams are stepping up in competition, they're likely to bring plenty of scoring power. Expect both teams to break the 80-point mark, making the over a strong play. Prediction: over 154.5 points. Cal Poly versus California preview. In their season opener, Cal Poly showed some signs of life despite losing to USF by 8 points. Last season, the Mustangs were one of the lowest-scoring teams in the nation, winning just 4 games, so the loss was a slight improvement, especially against a USF team that won 23 games. Even though they still have plenty of question marks, they gained confidence from their effort. On the other hand, Cal was far from perfect in their opener, especially in terms of shooting, but they blew the game wide open early, outscoring their opponent by 21 points from the free throw line. While the Golden Bears will likely get the win, Cal Poly has the potential to keep this one closer than expected and cover the spread for the second consecutive game. Prediction: Cal Poly plus 16 points. When it comes to the total, both teams hit the over in their openers despite not shooting the ball well. Cal Poly showed they could score a bit better than last season, and their pace of play, ranking in the top 10 for possessions per game after one game, should help generate more scoring opportunities. California, with their physical style and free throw dominance, will likely continue to get to the line often, contributing to a higher scoring affair. Considering both teams' potential to score despite some shooting woes, the over seems like the way to go. Prediction: over 154.5 points.